All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second episode of UFO Garage.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Joe, and this is the podcast where we talk about UFOs, aliens, and all things weird.
This episode is sponsored by Pillowdicks. Pillowdicks.com. Type in the code name UFO Garage for a pillow for your dick.
And if any actual company would like to sponsor the UFO Garage, please hit us up at ufogaragepc@gmail.com. Pillow dicks, what a great.
I liked your added or your add to that. You're like, do you have an abnormally large dick?
Do you need a pillow for your dick?
When you roll over, does your dick flop onto the floor?
It's been purchased by 3 people. That's it.
We're trying to sell some pillow dicks here. Dick pillow shit.
If anybody has a company...
Did I say pillow dicks?
Pillow?
Did I say pillow dicks or dick pillows? I think I fucked that up.
I don't know.
Dude,
either way.
I gotta do that again.
Either way, if it's a dick pillow or a pillow for your dick, it's okay. I think that's hilarious.
I wonder what a pillow dick would look like.
It'd be just like... I mean, they'd have to be tiny pillows, right? I mean, nobody's actually walking around with elephantitis, all the time.
But would the dick pillow be a small pillow?
They have to be just like it comes in like a.
Do you sleep on your side? Do you have a large dick?
Support your wiener.
Support your wiener at.
It's just like a tall but short pillow.
We have them for all sizes: chodes, longies, pencil dicks.
Oh, it's hilarious, man. So what are we getting into today, man?
We have a couple topics we didn't go through in the last episode. We only went through really one.
Nice. Do you want to hit? Do you want to hit everybody up with that Patreon stuff?
Oh yeah, I found the URL for the Patreon. It's just patreon.com/UFO Garage PC. PC stands for podcast. And that's a Patreon. And I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. I mean, I think we'll put more content on there, longer podcasts if we edit something down.
Yeah.
Exclusive content. We'll do videos there because obviously we can't put a video.
Right.
So
we're going to have stuff that we'll probably upload to YouTube as well.
Yeah.
For everybody.
But us being at UFO Congress, it's August, right? September. We'll probably put all that on there, behind the scenes stuff, us being idiots, doing
special content,
doing stupid shit,
Yeah, maybe we'll have some gear eventually.
Yeah.
You guys can check out the store.
A dick pillow.
We'll have dick pillows for you guys. Glow in the dark dick pillows. Oh, that'd be great, man. I did see.
Our parents are gonna be so proud.
They are. You've made your millions off dick pillows, son. Couldn't be more proud.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. Last time we talked about a couple of things. We talked about why can't UFO researchers look normal. That was fun. Next one on the list. I mean, we don't really have to go and line on here, but let's see. I think different camps in alien research would be kind of cool. I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit in the last podcast on, you got these camps kind of within the UFO research community.
Yeah.
Some people are saying it's a no-go.
Don't
let them know we're here.
Stephen Greer's on that.
Yeah.
Camp.
Well, he's also kind of has his, he's also kind of in the camp, though, too, to where, it's more of the spiritual aspect of it.
Yeah.
Maybe a more benevolent
that's
type
the word.
Thing.
Yeah.
I would
vectoring in and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like trying to contact them through meditation, non-locality.
There's a word for it. It's
like the name of their group?
The name of the act of vectoring in UFOs, like through meditation and all that. There's like a term for it.
I'm not sure what the actual term is, but I think I would see like the dangerous alien is kind of like the whole Tom DeLonge to the stars camp. Those guys are super scared. It's a national security issue. They call them bugs. Things that need to be squashed.
Right.
So that's kind of what they call them. And then you have people who just they think maybe they're just passing through.
I think also another camp is the ancient alien thing, where they're not really focused on like the
what's
intentions.
happening now.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly
how it all started.
Yeah,
in the beginning, and kind of So
and but maybe that's just like an intro for anybody that's not really interested in UFOs and like finds the history part of it. Maybe that's like a first stepping stone. I mean, for me, it was definitely when Ancient Aliens came out. It was a good intro for me to get into this subject. It was like, oh well, it kind of legitimized the my whole fascination with the subject, and I feel like once you start digging and getting more interested in it, you get past the history, and then you get into like the current.
Yeah, it can definitely help people get into the subject because it poses so many questions.
Yeah,
like a lot of people jump in from the middle of what is this stuff? Well, they're aliens and they're flying saucers and they're abducting people.
Yeah.
But what else is there? Are they part of our history?
Mm-hmm.
Are they part of the reason why we are what we are today? And I think Ancient Aliens kind of like you said kind of solidified that for a lot of people because you finally see something on the History Channel, about aliens, and it's like, oh, well, it's on the History Channel.
Yeah,
history is all like facts, so this must be true. You know, it's still very much so theory, but those guys do pose some pretty interesting questions.
Also, it's really interesting that the History Channel went full in on UFOs. Like, they have so many. It's the UFO channel. Now.
Yeah, they got that. They got the new one that was just released. With all the people who come forward and the experiencers and Project Blue Book.
Yes, that was a great show.
That was a great show.
That was great.
And it's cool because kind of like me and you, we kind of know the stories that they're going off of, and it was interesting to see that. Although a lot of stuff was dramatized and kind of stretched a little bit, the stories held pretty true to the historical story that was told. Yeah. Even though they were, a little different, maybe the characters were exaggerated a little bit, but the stories for the most part were pretty cool. I don't know if you watched it all the way to the last episode. I did. But that last episode was like,
yeah, bro.
I can't wait for the second season to come on now.
So stoked.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
That was a great show. They also didn't go into these camps. They didn't really focus on, like, are these things here to hurt us? Or they just had no idea. None. They don't know what to do about it.
None. Because even though they showed some things that were like, well, you can't really explain that.
Yeah.
There was also a lot of stuff that they were like, well, it turned out to be a binded skull, or
that owl on the dead tree.
Yeah, the owl on the dead tree, which very possibly could have been, could not have been. Yeah. That's where the swamp gas, swamp gas,
dude,
reflecting off of Venus.
Show me what swamp. Okay, so I YouTubed swamp gas, and it's literally methane coming up from a pool. And it's you can light it on fire, but show me a video of swamp gas in the air looking like anything that like the government's claimed that was swamp. Show me a video of that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Did swamp gas hover above your house and then shoot a beam of light down? And pick up a cow and fly off with it?
It's bullshit.
That's one hell of a.
That's the worst excuse.
I would hate to live by that swamp gas. Always taking my damn farm animals.
Probably smell like farts too.
Farts,
dude. Fart pools, dude.
I guess if you live on a farm, it's fresh air, but until you get close to the barn.
I hear my wife walking in the house right now.
Is that what that is?
Like, it sounds like somebody's doing cartwheels.
What if somebody's actually breaking in this
I'm going to go check.
Last time this happened, we were like, oh my goodness, is somebody breaking into the house? And it turned out to just be his wife. She was like, I'm going to leave. But that was like 20 minutes ago. Then she came back and we didn't know what it was. And now this time she was like, I'm going to leave. It was also 20 minutes ago, so we're going to see if it was actually her or if somebody broke into the house. I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. I'm wearing headphones, so I can't really hear, but... Oh, nope, that sounds like her. That sounds like his wife, but... Yeah, what do you guys think, man? I mean, what camp are y'all in? Do you think these things are benevolent? Do you think they're here to just kill us all, destroy everything? Do you think they're here to help us? Maybe give us some technology? I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? This could really go anywhere. We're all just kind of guessing here. But Oh, Ben's back with us again. Hey. Was it the wife or was it an intruder?
It was the wife and the dog.
It was the wife and the dog this time.
Doing backflips in her living room.
Yeah, the local buzz. I see you got you some more cerveza there, my friend.
Local buzz. It's a good beer.
Right, yeah. So I was just asking the listeners what they think this stuff is. What kind of camp do they think they fall into? Uh-huh. Or do you think this camp business is all just silly? You think it's a way to kind of separate everybody out?
Yeah, I think it's a natural human thing to it's like the bipartisanship of our political structure.
Right.
It's like people, it's all the same.
We all have the same goal. We just can't agree on how we want to get there.
Yeah. I think
how we want to describe it.
It's silly, but I think it still matters. I mean, on one hand, if one alien species were here and they're evil, that's probably pretty important to know about.
Right.
And on the other hand, it almost feels naive for us to fully believe that they're going to be benevolent. Uh-huh. But there's more proof to them being benevolent than there is being evil.
Right.
Because there's more proof, meaning that there's no proof, not a lot of proof, other than maybe I'm backtracking because now I'm thinking about abductions and people.
Well, let's kind of break this down a little bit, because when you say, what are the aliens doing, right?
Yeah.
Most people immediately go to the set of grays that are hanging out in a ship abducting people.
Yeah.
Taking them away, right? That's kind of your idea. Maybe the little green men from Mars or something, right? But could it be that we know now that there's multiple species?
Yeah.
Right? So maybe some of those species are abducting us. Mm-hmm. Some species are abducting the cattle, right? Maybe they're doing the cattle mutilation. Some species are dropping the knowledge and the technology off to us.
Yeah.
Some species are maybe protecting us from these maybe more war-going species.
Yeah.
People have said that maybe these certain extraterrestrials have evolved to the point to where war is counterproductive to the end goal. So there's no point in them warring with us. Maybe they're just waiting for us to get to that point as well.
Yeah.
Because we are quite the war-going species.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not.
And it's if there was an alien species that were here to protect us, it would make sense that, maybe. So the other school of thought is if we don't have the technology, there's probably a reason. They don't. Whoever's protecting us, this alien species, doesn't want to give it to us, but they'll stick around and watch our backs because they,
right.
Maybe they're here to be our guardians, and they just, going back to mythology and all those, Jupiter, maybe not Jupiter, but all the, man, I sound like an idiot.
All the gods,
all the gods,
the Greek ones.
But they were all right, we're gonna fool with mankind. But then one day they were all right, we gotta go. So maybe that's there's a reference there where there is this species that's here to protect us, and
right.
But they're not. They have the technology to travel light years away, faster than the speed of light and all that, and
right.
the 0 point energy, all that we talked about in the last episode.
And it could be that they came here, it helped us out, right? Technically, they're like, we're gonna go over here, we'll be right back.
Yeah,
they left. Maybe to them it was a day or two, and then they came back. But to us, it was hundreds of thousands of years that have passed,
right?
Because it's completely different. That gravity affects the way that time works, right, in space. So if we're kind of going off so this is kind of something that Bob Lazar said, right? So there's three types of this energy, right? You have fusion, fission, right? And then he says there's a third type, and it's total annihilation energy, which is the most efficient type of energy because it lasts for a long time. And that's what they figured out was in the ships, is they use this total annihilation energy, which is kind of that next step.
I've not heard of this.
And so what it did was it pulled the gravity towards you, or it changed the gravity somehow along the ship that allowed it to make that whole jump across the universe. And so that's what that energy is doing. And it would, come out, say you had 3 little engines on the bottom, right? Well, that's what would propel you
So that you're explaining the power behind anti-gravitic technology.
Right. They would pick a point in place in the sky, and they would focus it that way, and it would use the Earth basically to propel itself super fast. But this energy is total annihilation energy, so it I can't explain it because I'm not a physicist, but definitely look into that total annihilation energy. Bob Lazar explains it. He's got a brilliant explanation on how it works.
Yeah.
I completely slaughtered it, but at least I got you to the point to where now you can
look it up for yourself.
Go Google it and check it out.
What was interesting too, you mentioned it, is that Bob Lazar is the only person that has went through the specifics of how the UFOs use those engines, and they focus it not like what you see in the movies where they move, horizontally. They like focus those engines towards a specific
point. Exactly.
So looking back at the recently released footage, the heat signature footage that's all over the place that To the Stars released or whatever.
Right.
If you notice, it like tilts onto its side, and it like it looks like it's focusing the engines.
That's
and then
exactly
it goes,
right. Yeah.
I'm going to let Nibbler in real quick.
Sorry. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so if you landed on Earth, right, you're going to focus those towards the Earth to go up. But they say when they're in flight, they fly sideways. And that's how they move. They're actually flying sideways. It's not until they get here that they flip, right side up, I guess, and come down to the Earth. But the way they travel isn't like a saucer shape that we imagine in our mind. It flips sideways, and that's how it actually travels.
Right.
And I guess if that's the type of propulsion system that you're going to use, I guess that would make sense. But like I said, Google it. It's there.
Yeah.
He's even got it in his own documentary. He breaks it all down, and it's pretty crazy.
Did you see the new Bob Lazar documentary?
I haven't seen the new one yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen the new one yet. Some people said it was really good. Some people just said repeat of information, which basically is kind of what I assumed.
Yeah.
We had this conversation where once you get kind of far into this stuff,
it
really is a repeat of information.
Right.
And at that point, it's just kind of building those timelines, when, where, and who.
Right.
But the information is kind of all the same.
Yeah. You could also say the same thing about us having this conversation right now. It's all repeat stuff, but it's like every now and then you'll say something that I haven't learned about, and there's got to be anybody listening to this probably hasn't heard any, unless they've been in the interested in this a while.
Exactly.
I feel like some people, like our friends that have no idea, and they're like, oh, I want to listen to Joe and Ben talk about aliens. They probably have no reference to what we're talking about. So I think there's something to be said about, I don't think that the Bob Lazar documentary was bad, because it wasn't. It was good, but it was like I already knew almost everything that was in that documentary already. But most people that saw it probably came from a background that they've never even heard of Bob Lazar.
Right.
And then they're hearing it for the first time, and it's really well done. We were talking about how like every documentary, like UFO movie or whatever, is just like terrible.
It's like obviously you guys aren't doing this at a high budget thing. It looks like
it's all stock footage,
high school final project they got turned in
the 80s
with your mom's camera or something. It's hilarious because in that Bob Lazar documentary, the old one, he's driving through the desert and he pulls up on the top of this mountain in a Corvette, and he gets out and he's like, "Hi, I'm Bob Lazar."
No,
and it's so hilarious, and it's like, man,
this is like Purple Rain.
It's like, it's insane because he drives up there, parks his Corvette, gets out, and is like, "Hi, I'm Bob Lazar." And
my God.
And then says,
I wonder if that was his idea.
And then he says the most brilliant shit. You're like, whoa,
yeah,
dude, I thought you were gonna be a complete and total cornball until you opened your mouth, and now it's like, whoa, that's really incredible stuff. Like they're all super smart people, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, but dude, the documentaries are god awful.
Yeah.
With that oh man, what was that old show that used to come on? Something Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh,
and they have the narrator.
That's like depressing, dude.
It's always like it's always got that Unsolved Mysteries narrator thing in the background, and like it's just old, just crappy
cheesy
footage. Like, I get it. Like, you have to pull from footage that was available to you, and most of that footage is available to you from back in the day, but even today, modern footage, we talked about that. Like, you wouldn't believe it anyways, but still, it's like
getting stock footage. The process is like you have to go to like a video store and like get a VHS,
find a place that rents movies
and like cut out and like cut the tape like with a razor blade and put it in.
You can see where all the edits are and stuff. Yeah. And in this film, and in this part of the film, we'll be discussing. Yeah. Have you ever heard of there was a Disney documentary that was made about extraterrestrials and UFOs?
No.
And it ended up getting canceled.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. It never was aired.
What?
You can find it on YouTube though.
I bet they found out some shit they weren't supposed to.
It's probably
Mickey Mouse.
That's probably
There's
true.
an alien race that looks like Mickey Mouse.
It's got like Donald Duck and he's dressed up in like a graduation suit. And he's like pointing at a chalkboard. It's got like aliens, like
this is
like
real.
real great, yeah, like on the
what?
chalkboard. It's pretty crazy. See if you can pull that up really fast. It's pretty hilarious, but we won't spend too much time on it. I just want you to see that
alien documentary.
Yeah, it got pulled. It was never aired, but it's a real documentary.
Alien Encounters, banned Disney UFO documentary.
Yeah, there is the second one or the first one. Right. Yeah, there.
I don't want to. I mean, so Joe Rogan always talks about them getting pulled from YouTube.
Yeah,
but I mean, we're not on YouTube yet, so we'll be fine.
We're not on YouTube. Plus, you can't see it.
This fucking music already.
Just pause it. That's how you get around the copyright, right? You pause it and you talk about it for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? But we all know what the damn Disney song sounds like. So, fast forward it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll fast forward it. We're looking at, oh, wow.
But it's like real footage.
That's a real photo.
It's real footage.
I'm looking at 6 minutes, 19 seconds, and then there's...
I've seen this 30 seconds before. In, I think, maybe. You'll see Donald Duck, and he's like pointing at some stuff.
33 seconds in.
Yeah, there's Roger Rabbit.
This is some Fantasia type of stuff.
It's crazy. So
this is still the intro.
Ah, that's what it was. Hold on, right after this guy, I think.
All right.
It's hilarious, but it's real stuff.
This is
real photos,
crazy, bro.
Real scientists.
I want to find the Donald Duck, dude.
Real physicists.
I want to find him.
He's in there, I swear.
Oh, bro.
Because I sat down and watched it the other day.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's cool footage.
5 minutes 39 seconds.
Yeah,
dude. I have never seen this before.
It's incredible.
I've never seen this footage.
It's a Disney film.
Bro.
That's cool, right?
What?
Can they hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can hear that?
You can hear it on your headphones. Then I think it's going, the signal's going through. Bro, okay. My mind's blown a little bit.
Yeah, they changed the Fox.
This guy with the turtleneck.
Yeah. All UFO documentaries.
You're not reading from that book.
This.
Put the book down.
It was a big ass book.
Why would you have you're talking to a camera and you have a book open?
It's
I can't be bothered.
Just hold this dictionary.
You're going to look smarter. Trust me.
It's good for continuity.
It's upside down.
I know you're in the desert, but can you put this turtleneck on?
You can tell he looks hot. Like that's like it's like at noon. That's where the sun's coming from.
I'm holding a dictionary and I have a turtleneck on.
Oh, look at... Okay, I've seen that one. I've seen this photo.
Uh-huh.
I'm still reading from that book.
It's pretty good. It's interesting.
All right.
And how long is it, dude? It's like almost an hour. It's like 45 minutes.
Okay, so it says it's banned, but it's obviously on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I guess they're saying banned as in like it got banned from maybe the Disney Vault or something. Or
hey, you think anybody's ever going to break into the Disney Vault? Headline news. Someone broke into the Disney Vault.
There's 20 movies missing. You'll never get a re-released version of Pinocchio again. There will never be a re-released version of Beauty and the Beast or Peter Pan.
Yeah, man.
Never. I hope you illegally downloaded it because you'll never get to see it again.
I hope you watched Fox and the Hound,
But look at that, dude. Like a Disney cartoon showing that to kids.
And that's probably why they banned it.
Freaky aliens on there, man.
All right, I'm at 30 minutes, 22 seconds, and we're looking at an illustration of an alien that looks pretty... I mean, it's a stereotypical alien, but it looks like it has, like, reptilian pupils.
Yeah.
Look at that. Huge dick.
I'm mean, this alien was swanging, bro. Eye to thigh. Yep, that's a reptilian.
Yeah, that looks reptilian as hell, bro.
Why is he smiling?
I don't know, man. Because he's got a big dick.
He's got a big one. Brought to you by Dick Pillows.
Let's take a short moment for our sponsor, dickpillows.com.
Man, what a great segue if that was like a real sponsor.
I know. All right. Well, if you're listening and you want to find this video we're watching, it's called, just type in Alien Encounters Banned Disney UFO Documentary.
Quite interesting.
That's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to save that.
Yeah, definitely save it. It's pretty good. But, yeah, dude, for sure.
My mind's a little blown right now. Because I just saw some footage I haven't seen before.
Yeah. It was Mickey Mouse's hand drawing the pictures in the intro. And straight up Disney, man.
What do you want to bet Walt Disney was like, he knew some shit?
He knew some information.
Yeah. Because he was a big deal.
He was a big deal.
You know?
Is he really frozen? Mm-hmm. He is?
Cryogenically frozen. I don't know where, but I mean, I've read that.
Yeah.
Do I know that as a fact? No, but that fool froze himself. His Dr. Evil. He's going to come back.
Dude,
and
yeah.
And a Mr. Burger, a burger boy.
He has like Dr. Evil. That's funny, dude. But, man, like, when he comes, like, when they unfreeze him, you think he's going to have any new ideas?
He's going to have... Dude, think about sleeping for that long.
Or do you think his ideas are going to be shitty and nobody wants to listen to him anymore? He's going to be like, I've been cryogenically frozen for, years and years. And he's like, I've got this great idea. It's a black and white film. And everybody's like, dude, we have holograms.
Yeah.
I don't care what your ideas are anymore.
He's going to be like, I got a new idea for the a new Disney park ride. All right, you're going to get on a small train, and then there's going to be little figures, and they're going to sing a song.
What if Walt Disney's like a total curmudgeon? Like, he sees Toy Story and he's like, that sucked.
Yeah.
That was a terrible movie.
Shit.
Toys talking to each other? I don't think so.
Not real. Not even possible.
Nope, can't do that.
Nope, can't do it. Put it in the vault.
Oh, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Walt Disney.
Fucking Walt Disney, dude. Maybe he was an alien. I think about, like, people in history that made huge waves in either, like, culture, politics, science, physics. I mean, we could probably sit here and think of a bunch of people. Tesla comes to mind first. Mm-hmm. I mean, Walt Disney, very creative guy.
Right.
But on the other hand, it could have just been he was in the right place at the right time.
Like the inventor of the Coca-Cola machine that has all the different Coke flavors with one button.
What?
That guy also
You can get all the flavor. What do you mean all the flavors with one button?
Like when you go to Jack in the Box and it's just the big red Coke machine. It's got the screen on it.
Oh. Okay, now I know. Yeah. Right. Dude, that's a great invention.
That guy also made the Segway?
No.
Yeah, he made this little scooter.
I heard
Segway
he died.
thing.
Didn't he?
Did he?
I thought he drove his Segway off a mountain. Maybe that's just a troll.
Oh man,
did he not?
If that's a troll, that's brilliant. But if it's not a troll and that's true, man, that's poetic.
It really is.
I mean, how much more perfect could you possibly get?
Okay, so now that I'm thinking about it, I'm logically thinking about it. That would take a really long time to get up a mountain on a Segway. It already sounds kind of false.
Yeah. I mean, you need...
obviously, there's a road.
You need momentum to get it going to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the
whole... you just need to lean forward.
Lean forward?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never been on a Segway.
Yeah.
But I see people all the time around Austin look like idiots.
Yeah, nope. That's why I've never gotten on a Segway. I'm always like, I'm not wearing that goofy ass helmet.
Dude, that's the only reason I won't do it, because I don't want to wear that dumbass helmet.
Yeah, dude. I like danger.
Yeah, man.
Danger. But
danger.
Man, what a shitty way to go. You die on a Segway. Mm-hmm. How embarrassing, man. Oh, man. So, dude, I wanted to ask you. So, who are kind of like some of your influences? Like, who are some people that you listen to? Like, some people that kind of get your mind just going when it comes to stuff like this.
David Wilcock. I'll sit there, and so he's got this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He doesn't post a lot, but he started doing these live feeds. I don't know if the live feeds are on like live on YouTube, but the pre-recorded ones are live on on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he'll just stand there and talk. The guy can talk for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Just by himself, like at a camera. And it's astounding. And he really, I mean, a lot of the stuff he's talking about is like things that are going to come out in the news. Lately, that's his topic. Is like these sealed indictments about that. Somehow they tie back into. Honestly, I said it earlier or in the last episode about Alex Jones, like the word cabal and like this secret shadow government. Yeah. And that's what he's referring to is these sealed indictments coming out. Anyway, I listen to him a lot. Who's the oh man, he's speaking at UFO Congress. Richard Dolan.
Oh yeah,
he's
Dolan.
Really cool to listen to.
Yeah.
He and his wife will just sit there, and it's so funny, dude. It's like a typical like older couple just sitting in front of like an iMac camera.
Yeah.
And they're like sitting real close. And
they're like leaning into the camera
yeah,
to make sure
the whole picture is just their faces.
Their eyeball. Is this thing on?
They're squinting for some reason. But he's really interesting to listen to. He's honestly the only representation that's like super normal in this the community. He's like a super logical guy. He talks really plainly, but he's super knowledgeable about a lot of stuff. So him and Richard Dolan. Then I got into Corey Good and all that.
You were telling me about that.
So I'm trying to think of that show.
I've seen
on
some
Gaia.
of that stuff.
Well, I thought you watched.
Yeah, I watched quite a bit of it when you told me. I actually got my subscription.
What was that show called?
I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember the name of it, but I know it was on Gaia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because that platform specifically,
Cosmic Disclosure.
That's what it was. Cosmic Disclosure.
Yeah.
That's the only platform that specifically was made for you and your wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I would watch like 6 hours of UFO stuff.
Yeah.
And then she would just switch it over to yoga. And then it'd be yoga time for another hour and a half.
I think it's a great platform.
It's a cool little it's definitely a cool little platform. There's a lot of interesting stuff on it. It's pretty cool.
So you'll be watching aliens and then Amanda will just be like,
I need to do my yoga.
So what did you? I mean, so you asked me who my influences were. Do you have what are your influences?
Man, I think my influences were more from like the radio, like Clyde Lewis with Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Art Bell. Coast to Coast with George Norrie. Those kind of guys. Because they would just talk about anything and everything.
So knowledgeable, like
and they always have all the people that you mentioned.
Yeah,
they were a way for those people to get their voice out. George Knapp and all those guys, Friedman. All these people that are into this subject. It was a way for them to be able to start, really kind of getting out there and they do everything from UFOs to Bigfoot to politics, pseudoscience, pseudo-politics, all kinds of stuff. But that kind of all that stuff kind of fits in its own little niche. So I really enjoyed listening to those guys. That's kind of really what got me interested in it. But like I was saying, when I was young, it was kind of a huge fear that I had. Aliens like scared the crap out of me, but I couldn't like get away from it. I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Yeah.
I was terrified, but anytime I would go to the carnival or something, I would win a prize, I would pick the alien picture or like the stuffed animal.
I'm pretty sure I had that exact it said "We Are Out There."
Yes.
I had that same one.
Yes.
From the Taylor.
Yeah, you pop the balloons. Like,
dude,
I just couldn't. Like,
how have we never made that connection before?
I obsessed over it.
Oh my God.
Since I was a kid. And like, then I found these radio programs, and before you knew it, I was an AM radio listener.
Yeah,
I've
never gotten into the AM,
but now it's and that's also with all the people that they have on there, all their guests. You just write their name down,
Yeah.
and then go Google it later. Because this stuff has been around since like the early '90s. Computer wasn't like a big thing, so people would just listen to it. But now it's cool because they have all their old stuff archived, so you can just go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
And now you can like research all these people and like what they do and what they're talking about, and it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what inspired me to kind of get into this.
Art
type
Bell?
of thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Art Bell, man.
Did you already say his name?
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, dude.
Art was the man.
He's such a good
From the kingdom of Nye.
dude. Such a good facilitator, because people will call in about like the craziest shit, and he'll just sit there and like, oh, well, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Yeah.
Such a good radio host.
Super straightforward.
Yeah.
If you said something he didn't like, or like you cussed on his show, he would just cut you off. And like,
Oh, really?
It's hilarious.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I can't allow you to do that.
He'd play, or no last names, and if you weren't calling about what the show was specifically, sir, we're not talking about that tonight. Maybe you should call back later. Click. He was so funny, but he was one of the greatest hosts.
I listened to an episode once, and this guy called in. They were not talking about this same, this caller was not talking about the subject they were talking about, but he went into this whole rant for like 15 minutes about this invisible werewolf that he saw. and
wait, he saw an invisible werewolf?
I guess it had appeared and then went back invisible, and this invisible werewolf would like hang out around his house. It was the weirdest. Like, this dude sounded like a fucking nut. Like, and our bell was like, oh, okay, well, that's very interesting. Next call. Like,
yeah. Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine like being one of those guys like George Noyer, Art Bell, and like you just take calls like that all night. That's what you do. You're just taking calls from people that are like, yeah, I saw this invisible thing. It's out by my house. I saw it. Okay.
I don't know if I could do the live call thing. I feel like I've just seen so many like prank call shows, or like we would totally get pranked, dude. if we advertised like a number to call.
Well, after this
I feel
episode,
like
everybody's going to be ordering dick pillows.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We did it to ourselves, I guess. Oh man. But yeah, man. So
we need a real sponsor, by the way, if you're interested. If you know anybody.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, if you're into this kind of stuff.
Not talking to you. I'm talking. Yeah. Anyway, radio is it's interesting that it's just been around forever. Like, people wanting to talk about it, and it's just always been a fringe thing. And I want it to be more of an acceptable conversation.
Yeah, definitely. People need places to where they can talk about weird things and not be made out to feel like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Because there's so many interesting things that go along with it.
Yeah.
That when you really break them down, you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that's something smart people actually talk about.
Right. But there is a line to that. There is a line. Like I just said, the invisible werewolf, all right.
How far can you take it?
That's a little far. So maybe that's judgmental, but I feel like most people will agree that that's all right. That's a little too far. But a good example of like.
But that doesn't mean that if you really have seen an invisible werewolf.
Yeah,
I definitely want to hear that story.
I would love to hear that story. Honestly, that would be really entertaining.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm really excited to go to UFO Congress, is to just talk to people and hear their stories.
Absolutely.
And I really would love, maybe we can, I mean, this setup is portable. I could take it to, we can interview somebody there if we want to.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, if we meet somebody cool, like, there, and we're like, hey, do you want to be on our podcast?
Has a story to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That'd be dope.
We could set up and do like little 10-minute interviews here and there and piece them together. That'd be pretty sweet.
We just gotta not be creepy about it, like, hey, you want to come up to our hotel room?
I've got a microphone.
Pop that shirt off one time.
All right, so for this interview, take your shoes off.
Yeah.
You hang your socks up here.
Yeah, but dude, we're gonna hear some weird. I hope that we're gonna hear some weird shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm there to like meet people, and not only just sit through, people speaking on stage, but I want to meet some people,
Yeah, definitely.
Like I want to get into some weird conversations, weird situations where,
because sometimes that weird conversation, it takes you to a whole nother level or avenue you never even thought of.
Yeah.
And then it makes sense.
Yeah,
You're
totally.
like, whoa, it's not as weird as I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a perfect example which is kind of weird that I'm just now thinking of this, because the story I just told you about the invisible werewolf, that's a lot in line with Skinwalker Ranch, because they saw those wolves, right? Or were they invisible? They were like big wolves, right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that happens at Skinwalker Ranch, and it seems like a collection, like not just extraterrestrials or werewolves or demons. It's like they all got together and had a party on this ranch. Like everything is there. Yeah. Everything you want to see is there. It's not just of one type.
They got Oompa Loompas. They got minions.
They've got everything.
They got kangaroos with top hats.
It's crazy, man. Yeah.
But so I feel like I'm like, making this statement like, all right, there's a line, but then you bring up Skinwalker Ranch and the line goes out the window because there's so many. I mean, there really is only one account of the wolf thing, I think. But there's like multiple people that have seen some weird ass shit out there.
Yeah. Didn't they
they were bulletproof wolves, that's what it was.
Was it Bigelow who bought that ranch?
Yes, Robert Bigelow.
Right? Yeah, he bought that ranch, correct?
Is he in charge of MUFON or no? But he's in charge of something that where like if people call about UFOs, it goes straight to his.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure what it is.
We should know this. We should.
Yeah, we should. But I mean, the guy's like an engineer. He works in space.
Yeah.
Aeronautics, all kinds of stuff. But they bought this ranch, and he does his own personal research. It's privately funded research. You know, and that's kind of cool. How do you feel about that, man? Are you more of like a let's get this government funded research, or are you okay with like private companies like doing their own research? I feel like it's a double-edged sword, because while the private industry could do it faster, quicker, cheaper, probably get more information,
right?
They might keep it for themselves, but I don't have time to sit around and wait for the government and their red tape crap. It just like I'd rather somebody just figure it out and then let it trickle out, and we'll all figure it out eventually. It's better than just keeping it a secret, in my opinion.
Yeah, which the government has to. The red tape, it's like, it's going to be a secret. Like we're experiencing now, it's like we're not going to hear about it until like 10 years from now or whatever. But I feel like if it's a private company, we'll probably hear about it sooner, unless it's like detrimental to the corporation or the company. I don't know.
Right.
Private organizations. My position is definitely private over government.
Me too.
Also, it's very possible that maybe some, like a department is technically under the government, but it's probably black ops, like off the books.
Yeah,
it might as well be a private organization anyway.
Hey, the Pentagon is missing trillions of dollars and they don't know where it went. We know where it went.
Yeah, we know.
We know where it went. Of course, it's off the books.
Invisible werewolves.
They're not stupid. They didn't just fudge it. They know where it went.
Oh, yeah. Somebody knows. And that documentation was probably in building... Was it building 9 at 9/11? What is it?
Yeah.
They just blew it up, dude.
One of the ones that fell down later.
Yeah.
It wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, give me just 1 second. Rest real quick.
Joe's going to go take a tea. A timeout.
At lowt.com.
Lowt.com. So I'm sitting here with my dog. Her name is Nibbler. She's a pug. Nibbler, I named her after the cartoon character from Futurama. It's a little alien, if you don't know. It's a little black alien with 3 eyes. And my pug looks just like that cartoon character, so I named her Nibbler. And she's just sitting here sleeping, so if you hear a lot of click-clack in the background, I apologize. I know it's kind of distracting, but that was her walking around. We're just starting out this podcast, so it's not... it's not super produced. It's literally me and Joe sitting in my studio in my house with a couple of microphones. We're just starting out. We're excited about it. We have a lot of hope for the direction of this, because this is like what we love to do. We love talking about weird stuff, and we hope that other people want to listen to it, or maybe be a part of the conversation. So yeah, like if we talk about something that you have some experience on, like email us and we'll have, if you want to call in or do like a Skype thing, I think that'd be really cool. And also, like, if we get information wrong and want to call us out, just email us. Just be nice.
Just let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be mean if you want, but then it might not change.
Yeah. That's like saying, it's like putting up a sign in an alleyway, like, no crime past 8 p.m.
Yeah. Well, I was going to do some crime, but that sign says no crime past 8.
Clearly it says.
By God, would you look at the time? It's
8:05. Well, by golly, guys, I guess we have to go back. Go back home.
Let's just do crime outside the alley.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude. That's... Yes.
All right, you want to bring up another... That was kind of a tangent. But
it was, yeah, totally.
I feel like, there's really no stopping it. That's fine.
Definitely not.
So that was the... you want to... I really like this question was, what would you do if you encountered an ETI? Explain what an ETI is.
ETI, extraterrestrial intelligence. It's just kind of a short way of saying extraterrestrial intelligence.
That's a hard word to say.
It is. It's a lot. You have to it's a mouthful.
Pronunciate very...
Definitely, but I think it kind of goes with our current terminology, right? Yeah. So UFO. Right. Alien, people just automatically dismiss it.
Yeah.
So should we start updating the terminology a little bit on how we discuss these things? Like me and you just sitting around, having the podcast, shooting the shit. We say UFO, alien, like it's no big
people
deal.
Know what we're talking about.
If you want to like talk to somebody who's maybe on the outside of that, maybe kind of sway the opinion. Maybe start using things like ETI. It sounds a little
sounds
more...
like UTI.
It kind of does. It kind of does a little bit.
Urinary tract infection.
No, this is an extraterrestrial entity.
So you're kind of talking about two different topics in one.
Right.
Which is super interesting. I think, getting back to like updating
extraterrestrial intelligence.
How we're talking.
Sorry.
How we're talking about things. There's definitely like, I think there does need to be a change in the vernacular of how we talk about it. So it's just kind of remarketed in a way.
Right.
Where we don't sound like kooks.
Yeah. Rebranding yourself a little bit, man. Because, everybody's been made out to be a quack. It's like UFOs, weirdo.
Yeah.
But it is a serious subject. So, we have, the extraterrestrial intelligence, it's easier to talk to people if you start using these kind of like more official sounding words. People pay attention to it. It's just psychological, man. It all means the same thing. But how can we as a community kind of start to like reach those people that are, usually unreachable or would just immediately dismiss the conversation?
Yeah.
What
did they through the Stars Academy calls it like aerial threat phenomenon or something?
UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
And then you have the ARVs, which are alien reproduction vehicles.
Oh, right.
Right. And then you have the ETI, which is extraterrestrial intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a more updated way of saying certain things. That's basically it, man. To make it sound more official.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of in this new era of information or disclosure or whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of information that's coming out now.
Yeah.
And if you notice, a lot of people, the only people that are using that old terminology are like the media or people who are just kind of getting into it. They're really the only... Is the government really hiding UFOs? Find out tonight on Fox or whatever. You have Hannity talking about it.
Yeah.
You have CNBC. You have the New York Times coming out with articles. You got Huffington Post. You got all these major news and media outlets that are coming out with this information now, and it's like it's still kind of like jokey joke, pokey poke.
It does seem like that.
It's like
on the major news outlets, they do kind of have that like, hey,
are there green men out there?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh, they always say something stupid like that.
It's such an insult to like everybody's intelligence. Like you are obviously making light of...
Are there little green men?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
Like, really? Like, no. Well, yeah, probably. Maybe there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dumbass. There might be little green men out there. We just don't know yet.
There's always like a chuckle like behind their breath.
It's always like a joke.
Yeah.
You can never find somebody to report it in like a serious manner.
Yeah.
And it's a little irritating. Like one of the most irritating things to me is if you say UFO or something, and then you always got that one person that's like, of course UFOs are real, dude. It means unidentified flying object.
Oh god.
UFOs are totally real. Of course, they're real.
Whoever says that
like,
probably just had that thought like a couple weeks ago, and they're super stoked on it.
It's like, yeah, obviously that's what UFOs are, but that's obviously not what everybody's talking about, right? You know, it's kind of like how Q-tip is a brand.
Oh, right.
Right?
Band-Aid.
And people clean their ears with a Q-tip, but you don't, like, you always go around, and if you want to clean your ear with something, you ask, you got a Q-tip?
You got a Q-tip, yeah.
Even though it's a brand, it's not what that is. That's not a Q-tip. That's
cotton
a
swab.
Exactly. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, if I go around asking about UFOs, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Don't be a smart ass.
That's so annoying. Like, obviously, there's unidentified. So instead, you can say UAP.
Yeah.
And are they piloted by ETIs? And then people are like, oh, okay. It's still the exact same thing. It's just updated.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with douchebags always be like, of course there's UFOs, dude. And now they're like, oh, what's a UAP?
Yeah.
Piloted by an ETI.
Right.
You're like, yeah.
I mean, dude, yeah, UAP, I think I need to just, like, start saying that more.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Because I try to think of it.
Because I love UFO.
In my head.
I love that word.
It's a great, it just slips out of the, it's easy.
When it's within the community, go for it. Because we all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But when you're, if you're trying to, like, sway something, not even sway, but, like, trying to get somebody to take you seriously while you're talking about the topic, I always, like, try to update the lingo a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely makes you sound like you're talking, you know what you're talking about when you, yeah. But, so what would you do if you encountered an ETI? I mean, well, explain the scenario that this would happen and what you would do.
If you go off of the accounts of abductees, the scenario is anything. Like, it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Driving in your car, out on a camping trip, laying in your bed.
Yeah.
Walking down the hall to make a sandwich, and you have missing time. Like, where did I go? It could be anywhere. But if you were to actually meet one and consciously remember it, right off the bat, I would probably be super scared.
Yeah.
100%. I would probably be extremely nervous.
Right.
I think it would kind of be like we would just stare at each other for a little bit.
I
don't know if I'd be able to move.
Somebody has like a weird mole on their like face or something. And you're like, I can't not look at you. I have to look at you.
I have to look at you.
I'm making eye contact with you, but I'm looking at your mole.
Yeah.
It's the size of an eyeball.
I mean, there's reports of employees who were employed in areas where they had, ETIs, and walking down the hallway, they just encountered one on a whim, and they had heart attacks and killed over and died.
Whoa.
Because it was just like such an odd experience that, what is this?
Yeah.
And
so they give me chills thinking about that.
Yeah, they have to kind of slowly introduce you to that kind of stuff. So, I mean... Right. So if you walked out of this door and saw one in your living room, I mean, it would scare the shit out of you.
I'd probably shit my pants for sure.
Absolutely. You would scream. I'd scream like a little girl, and I'd run to my room.
Yeah.
I'd probably call my wife or my mom or something and be like, I don't know what I'd say.
Yeah.
There's an alien in my house?
Yeah.
Like, of course there is, Joe. Like, nobody would believe it.
Yeah.
And I really do feel for, like, abductees and stuff. And then, like, just being able to express what happened to them.
Yeah.
Or talk about it, just in general.
If they ever talk about it.
Yeah, if they ever talk about it. But, man, like, that's something that, like, I appreciate that. Because that's got to be hard.
Dude, could you imagine just knowing that the violation that I had my house broken into
Right.
twice, and it was really tough.
Yeah.
I did not feel
Just
safe.
makes you uncomfortable.
I was very paranoid all the time. Like, someone was here, touched my things, and broke broke my window. Someone was in my house. Okay, that was a human. I know what that person looks like, or, what could look like. But if, somebody were to come into my house and touch my body, take my body somewhere, and it's like another creature, like, I don't, like, if I felt that way about a human breaking into my house, just imagine another species of an intelligent race stealing your body. Dude, bro, I don't know what I would do.
I always wondered if there's a way to where, like, before they take you, if you could be like, whoa, stop.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I will go with you.
Just don't touch my butt.
Yeah. Can you give me 10 minutes? Can you just sit there for a second? Can you sit in this chair? Like, if you can understand me, can you just chill?
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
real.
Just let's kind of let me like process what's happening really fast. I would go.
Yeah.
Dude, I
would
would
too.
go.
Yeah.
I really would.
I just need a moment.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll go, dude. Like, but I think if I just saw it and it took me, and it's a very traumatizing experience.
Yeah.
It would
Traumatizing is the word I was trying to think
be
of. Yeah.
extremely traumatizing experience, I think. But I would, if they were cool about it, I would go.
Yeah.
I would totally go at my own will.
Yeah. Like, so Corey Good's story is that each time that he would be taken by the blue avians, he would have to mentally accept to this, like, orb that he's ready to go. And then he would be absorbed in this orb. This sounds fucking crazy if you don't know about this.
Yeah,
absolutely.
By the way. I know.
I've
heard the story.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, like, that scenario, I would rather that scenario over, you wake up and you can't move your body.
Right.
Which, dude, I've actually had a sleep paralysis experience.
Really?
That I don't think it was, I don't think I was abducted, but I think I definitely experienced sleep paralysis, and it's only happened once. It was really weird. Like, I woke up, couldn't move my body, tried to scream, couldn't, like, make a noise. And then my body started lifting off the bed, and I could hear wind. And then the next thing I remember, I woke up in my kitchen, and I was just standing in front of the sink. I for sure, I was drinking, so some kind of, like, imbalance happened.
Yeah.
I don't think I got abducted, but that kind of scenario where, like, a lot of abductees talk about, like, waking up, you can't move your body, and then these figures come in and, like, take you up in this beam.
Right.
That sounds freaking terrifying, dude.
It definitely sounds pretty scary.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, if they gave me the choice, I would go. On my own free will.
Yeah, I think I would too. But, like, yeah, I would hope that it would be a scenario where they're like, look, we just want to take some blood samples. We've been tracking your DNA with your your lineage forever. We've been abducting a lot of your family members. This is a normal thing. We're abducting you. We're going to do a couple tests, going to take some blood, and then we'll bring you back home. Okay, cool. Well, tell me what you're going to do, not, like, stick a freaking needle in my belly button,
Because the reports of, like, shit going in your eye.
Oh,
and
dude.
your nose.
No.
I couldn't do that. Like, dude, if I need a blown a Kleenex for you and give it to you, I will. Don't stick no shit in my eye. Don't put that in my ass. Don't put a needle in my nose, bro.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
You're an advanced civilization. Like, there's got to be a way around this. Please.
Dude, seriously, that's
You're going to poke a giant needle into my eyeball?
There's got to be a better way.
I don't think so.
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah. Can you just look at me with your alien eyeball and
just
scan me or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's bullshit. I've never thought about that.
It's just like...
That's a really, like, archaic way.
Yeah.
Why does the needle have to be so big?
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. It's got to be so big, dude.
Like... Yeah,
don't make no sense.
Take a picture of me with some weird camera.
You gotta have some kind of light that just can tell you everything about me at that point.
Yeah,
you just flew here from across the universe. But,
yeah, man.
Man, how do you feel about that? Abductees are usually within a family lineage, like
so
they all get abducted in the same.
Right.
It kind of bums me out because I don't know anybody who's ever been abducted in my family.
Yeah,
and it sucks because I want to be
never
special.
gonna-
You're
never gonna have the
special, dude. Like, I want to go,
Man.
which is
what do you call-
I guess a good thing, but it's kind of sucks too.
What do you call them? Indigo children?
The indigo children.
Indigo children.
Yeah,
I want to be
dude.
an indigo child, dude.
Special. They're all Asians. They do really good fast math. I'm jealous. They're
too.
so good at violin.
All of them are good at that. I can't say that.
They're all indigo children. Man, no, but dude, I mean, it's that kind of bums me out because
The
I wish-
lineage thing?
Yeah.
So I guess I hinted at that, but I keep trying to like stop myself because I'm trying to think of our listener. You know, like I don't want it to get too weird, but fuck it. You know, might as well.
Well, if you're here and you're listening, you're obviously interested.
If you've made it this far,
exactly. And if you don't know about it, now you have the
Yeah.
basis to go and Google it.
yeah, there you go.
You know, because it's not stuff we're just making up off the top of our head. This is stuff that has been reported.
Yeah.
You know, this is stuff that's documented. You know, it's a really crazy issue, and it kind of goes back to being the abductee. Like, the stuff that we know, when you just say it out loud, you sound crazy. So
Yeah.
can you imagine telling somebody about an abductee experience? Like,
Oh, right.
being abducted, like, just how crazy that must sound coming
Yeah.
out of your own mouth
Yeah.
and saying that. You're like,
So, I mean, yeah, for sure. Us talking about someone else that got abducted is not as crazy as somebody that got abducted is telling their own story about it,
right,
you know?
right.
Yeah,
dude.
But yeah, like the whole idea where like people find things in their skin, like pieces of metal. That's the best evidence that I've seen is the corroborating information. Not only their stories are so similar, like unconnected people that don't know, you know, halfway across the world have the same exact story, have the same exact piece of metal in their skin.
Right.
It's like, I remember. Oh, so the doctor that just died that you sent to me. What's his name?
Yeah, Freeman.
So yeah, he was doing that research.
Right.
Sucks that he's gone
I know.
because I was
But he
stoked
was-
to see him speak.
He was known for like the first civilian to really start to uncover the Area 51 story.
Oh, really?
You know, and so that's kind of what got him. You know, but he was also
he a doctor or
he was
no?
a nuclear physicist.
Okay.
He worked on all that kind of technology. I heard a really interesting story the other day. It was on Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, I believe, is what it was, and he had a
Jimmy
guest
Church
on.
is a dope name.
Yeah,
Jimmy Church.
yeah.
Welcome to church.
And he was talking to Friedman. His guest was talking to Friedman and was asking him if these lights in the sky could possibly be like a pulpit of some sort.
Pulpit.
Yeah, and I guess what
is that?
It's more of like an Eastern spiritual thing that goes on. But apparently Friedman had the same reaction, like pulpit. What is that? Mm-hmm. And it was kind of an interesting like take on how you have a lot of these scientists and physicists that are working on this, but they're thinking from an engineering standpoint.
Yeah.
As opposed to like maybe there is like a real spiritual aspect to this that people are missing.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a part that you just can't get. You know, I guess the best way I could relate it, like within music, you may have somebody who's like a music professional, knows everything, scales, theory, this and that. They can play anything in the world. But then you have somebody who doesn't know anything about music, and that person who knows everything about music can listen to that guy and be like, man, that was so creative.
Yeah.
Like, how did you come up with that?
Oh, right.
You know, it's just a different like way of coming at the subject, you know, than just your just nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
There might be a lot more to it. And so, you know, I hear a lot of stuff in this field that sounds really like kind of crazy, you know, and it's like it's really like woo-woo type stuff.
How did they get there?
Yeah, but you know, there's so many aspects that we haven't even dove into yet.
Yeah.
That really could play a big part in it.
Yeah.
And so
I was super stoked about what he was finding out about these things in abductees' bodies. Like the guy we're talking about. What is his name?
Friedman.
Friedman?
Yeah, the like the
What's
little
his
metal
name?
pieces.
His first name?
And he
Doctor
Milton? Not Milton Friedman. No.
Hold on. Let's look. We have the power of the internet at our fingertips.
That's what happens when you only use people's last names.
Friedman. Milton? Yeah.
It is right. No, that's not him. That's the other smart Friedman. That's the economist, Milton Friedman. I always get him confused.
Milton. Stanton. There we go.
Friedman.
Stanton.
There you go. Stanton
Shout out.
Friedman.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Stanton.
Yeah, but so did you watch that documentary with him in it?
I've seen quite a few.
Patient number 7, I think.
I don't think I've seen that one specifically. No.
Let me watch it. Or, look it up. Patient.
But yeah, like how the body like grows into these things, like it uses the blood vessels and the cells don't reject it, and it's a part of them. It like becomes a part of them.
Yeah, and it's not like a cancerous thing where like they develop a tumor around it,
right?
So, which is weird. Like you would think if a foreign object is in your body's going to be like, all right, I don't like this. Like we're going to do something about this. Try to eat it or dissolve it or something,
And
but
the body doesn't react,
and it just
it grows
accepts
to it.
Yeah. Documentary. Still trying
No,
to look
I
for
don't
this
think I've seen
documentary.
this documentary. I may have seen clips from it.
Maybe I'm getting the name wrong.
Terror films. That's scary. Have you been to have you checked out the UFOTV.com?
No.
Or the UFO TV yet? It's pretty cool.
Loaded. Is that the thing that you sent me?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Loaded with documentaries. That thing is crazy.
Stanton Friedman documentary.
He's got quite a few on the UFO TV. If none of you guys have checked out UFO TV, definitely check it out. It's a really cool little platform. It's got hundreds of documentaries, everything from government conspiracies to alien conspiracies to technology conspiracies, medical conspiracies. It's really cool. And I say conspiracy like not in it's fake stuff, but what is this?
Oh, sorry about that.
The Chef Show. All right, we're going to be reviewing Netflix today, ladies and gentlemen, on UFO Garage. Is it on here?
Patient 17.
Patient
I was
17.
10 numbers off. 10 digits off. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that.
I didn't
that took way
realize
too
that
long.
That was on Netflix.
Yeah, it's
That's
dope.
cool.
You should watch it.
Hey, Patient 17 on Netflix. Everybody check it out. I'm going to have to go home and look at it tonight.
Yeah, it's good. So that's a big thing. Just kind of close out that thought is like we're talking about if you met an ETI and you got abducted and you had like a piece of something in your leg, and then you find out there's hundreds, maybe even thousands of other people that have little pieces of something that no one knows. It's like made of different, different metals, alloys that obviously didn't come from your body.
Yeah.
Like you don't make certain metallic elements. Like,
you have like iron and stuff in your body.
Yeah.
Which is metal, but it's not. It's not like that.
Yeah.
They're pulling out like tiny rocks.
Yeah.
Of people.
Yeah. There's something to it.
Yeah.
There's something to that. For sure.
And they put the little Geiger counter over it.
Yeah.
And, it peaks the little counter. It's pretty crazy.
There's like radiation coming from it.
Uh-huh.
Or some type of electricity or energy.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man.
I got pulled out.
Uh-oh. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. There we go. We're back. We're back.
There we are. We're back. Man, it's the first 2 episodes. We're gonna have some technical difficulties. I had to apologize about Nibbler walking around. You can hear click clack, click clack,
click 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 click.
I explained where she got her name from too, from Futurama.
Yeah, she looks exactly like Nibbler.
I know, dude.
From Futurama. Absolutely, man.
All right, so we've got another episode done. Yeah, really.
Let's go to the next one, my friend.
Let's do the next episode.
This has been a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Lots of messing around and stuff, but
yeah, there was a lot of messing. We kind of went off the rails a little bit on this one.
It's not 100% serious.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, thanks, guys. Check us out. We've got UFO Garage, PC.com. We've got the Patreon account that's up now. Not too much to it.
Patreon UFO Garage PC for
Right,
Patreon.
Right.
And we're going to do like a Facebook group.
Yeah, we're going to have Facebook here pretty soon.
Set that up today.
So we'll be adding some of our close friends, and definitely come and check us out. But that's it, guys. That's episode 2 of UFO Garage. We'll see you next time.